But then there's other powers that start to take place, circulating around the whole thing. And then obviously people get a little bit nervous and ownership gets nervous and change need to make. He wasn't basically ready to manage the size of the club of Man United. And that was the bottom line. So we bring in a big hitter in Louis van Gaal.
What were your thoughts on that at that point? You're wherever you are and you'd say, oh, Louis van Gaal's been brought in. From a fellow countryman's point of view,
I'll be very straightforward with you. He's never been my favourite, never been my cup of tea. If I compare that to the way that what a gentleman Sir Alex Ferguson was and always have been, yes, very competitive. It's all about winning, hard and strong and all this. But bottom line, top person. Bobby Robson, exactly the same. I don't like people that try to look stronger by belittling others and bringing other ones down. And what I always felt, and I knew that was going to happen, I don't think he showed enough respect for what the Premier League was, for the history, the culture, and identity of what Man United was, because I knew, because the football resulted into, yes, it was all possession-based, we were keeping the ball, 900 passes, 2 shots on goal. You know what I mean? That's not what United is about. You know what I mean? So I knew that would, because he'd done it in other clubs. But it was just, it's always been Van Gaal's way, nothing to do with Man United. It's Van Gaal, Man United, Van Gaal United, whatever you call it. So no, I thought it was a wrong choice from the start. I really thought, and for me, that was something that was not ending well. Then Jose comes in, which again is something that I knew that he was very keen on doing before, because he was in that respect very good relations with Sir Alex. They were taxing them a lot, this and that and the other. So he's probably hoped that he could jump in after.
Yeah.
So Alex, that has never happened. So he's basically came in a little bit later to the back door. But what really, really surprised me, because this man has won trophies. He's managed massive clubs. So you think that is not a problem, that wouldn't faze him. But what really, really struck me, that it must have hit some kind of a nerve, because I saw a manager there that it almost looked like a burden to manage Man United. He was sort of had a very miserable kind of, where you always need to show your pride. You represent the fans more than anything. You represent Man United, the club, the brand. And for some reasons, that has broken down in the background, that he wasn't happy about. Maybe that he didn't get the control that he wanted. I don't know. But again, the hardest thing, Mourinho's all about winning. Just winning. Don't care, no matter cost. Doesn't matter how. He just uses the player for it, and doesn't matter how. But with Sir Alex Ferguson and the culture and the identity he created, yes, it's all about winning, but in a certain way. And we've got an obligation to entertain. And that is what we're going to do. So we are going to be, and that's, come back to what I said, the ingredients, pace, power, penetration, unpredictability. That's in there, you know what I mean? And the hardest thing is, for Man United, is to win, to be successful, and play in an attacking, attractive way. That's the hardest combination you can find. And we've had that at that particular time. Not every game, but most of the games. Because some of the biggest compliments that I felt in those 6 years when I met fans from other teams that were saying, well, Rene, I'm not a Man United fan at all. Absolutely, I hate them. But to be fairly honest, you play some good football.
Yeah.
I'll love to watch you play. Yeah. That's a big compliment. But that's similar now, when you see other teams play, when, Liverpool plays great, or City or Arsenal, whatever it is, that's just the love of football that you got. But that's where, again, Mourinho got stuck. And then he basically completely destroyed the relationship with the fan base. And that's the last thing you want, because those are the first ones you need, to back you up and give you that time and keep going and do well. So then to follow up with Ole Gunnar was a sort of a sensible choice to say we bring somebody in that the people can resonate with, and he knows what the club's about, he knows what he knows the ambition standards, expectation standards, responsibilities. So he knows that. Was he ready as a manager to take a club so far? Probably not, but he knew the club, and initially it was only for a short period of time. But because everything sort of went well and people were happy and all that, well, let's give him a long-term contract. And then the key is, the most important thing then is that, have you got all the attributes to making sure that now, have you got the vision to make sure, and the strategies to get United established in that short term and long term. Short term, he did it. Now, can we push through? And then you had the constant level of inconsistency that was there. You know what I mean? You had some great performances, and again, it was there. And that has not disappeared. It's still there now.